Right, hello and welcome to this episode of Lowdown Garage. Now, today you join me for a bit of a vloggy style video, and we're going to head down to get some car parts shortly. But firstly, I'd like to thank you all for 200 subscribers. We passed that mark just last week, and well, it's much appreciated, and to all of you, thanks for watching. Now, let's talk about the Civic since it's here and it's happy looking. Someone drew a face on it, probably my mum. Anyway, so there it is. Now obviously a lot of you enjoyed that video, and at the moment it's just there because we haven't had a chance to actually do anything with it, because the current issue is that the BM is in the garage, as we all know. We're doing the winter series on the BM and we're making it right for all the shows next year. Recently I did get a new headliner for it, and I did get a new sunroof piece for it. So once that is done, we will be getting the Civic in the garage, and we will be getting it to a point where we can get it in the garage and make the engine right, probably get it running on the carbs because I want to drive it next year, and well, we'll get the new headliner up, which I'll show you in a moment, and we'll get the sunroof up because I don't want a car without a working sunroof, because that would be rubbish. The Polo's just doing its job as always, that's fine, and I'll show you the new headliner for the Civic in here. So there it is, nice and not knackered, unlike the other one, and that one's got no rips in it. It cost me all £30, it's just finding it that's the issue. Obviously the BM is currently in this situation. Now we will get round to it. We're going to be doing a bit more of it on this video, that'll be today. But first we need to go get some wheel bearings for these hubs. I stripped all these down and got them to this point, and well, let's get on with today. Let's go get some car parts. Fuel line. We have arrived at A to Z. Right, here we are back in the garage. We've been to the A to Z, and well, we've got the wheel bearings. There they are in the boxes, and they'll slot nicely in there, but they won't, because we need to get all those powder coated and sandblasted first, and to do that, well, we've got to get these bushes out, and they are pretty solid and in there. That is terrible. I mean, look at state of that. So that is something I am yet to worry about, because it doesn't look fun. So instead we're going to do something that to most people will be less fun, and we're going to do the wiring on the BM today. It's very cold, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to pull all this out and swap the wiring harness over. So let's get it. Here's the wiring harness in question. It's not perfect at the moment, but it's a lot better than before. There it is. I might just rearrange the table a bit. Now this one was much better because it was a lot more simple. I chopped a lot out of it, and the ECU has got that long piece to it, so that means that I can get the ECU to sit on the inside of the car, and that's what we want, because at the moment the ECU sits in the engine bay, and that's no good. It sits here at the moment, which is like the standard E36 placement, because they actually go through the firewall there to the ones on the E36, but that's no good for the E30 because it needs to tuck down there behind the battery. So in order to do that, that's why I need that extra length. So luckily this one I modified correctly originally. All that bit sits under the intake, all this bit goes inside, and this bit wraps around. You'll get the gist eventually, but we're going to take the intake manifold off, because you don't have to take the intake manifold off to swap the wiring harness, so it's going to make life easier. And I want to do the front brake pipes as well, and well, to do the front brake pipes, that's going to make life a lot easier because they run right down there. So we'll do that. So let's get cracking. obviously we've got the original locations back for the alarm and back for the coolant bottle. They were originally zip tied in to make space for the ECU. We just can't be having it like that. It worked, but so yeah, got this out of the way. Oh, look at that old bar end in that. And yeah, like box like that, like a lunch box for relay, you know, I need to get rid of that type of stuff. It works, but so yeah, let's strip the intake off now and strip this wiring out of the way.
It was kind of like,
I weren't even recording.
and I was so busy looking at
I'm trying to unclip the injectors. It's not fun. It's really not fun.
Defended it, saying the priority was to keep services running.
One of my problems is I always put things on and go, oh, I'm not taking that back off, and then I take it back off and then I screw myself. Yeah. Don't say you're not taking it off, because I guarantee you'll take it off at some point. Well, if you're not at one with the engine, then how are you supposed to fix it? Yeah. That bolt is rubbish.
No, but I play classical. I got to grade 6.
Oh, nice. That's impressive. That is impressive. Right, here we go then. So, you've picked. I know what I like.
Same to you and all your listeners.
Oh, thanks, love. Bye.
Right, bye.
There we go. Right, we're back in the garage. I've charged the GoPro, I've charged the torch, and here we are. So this is the rat's nest that lives underneath an M50 manifold. Now what you'll find is, just like your starter motors there, you've got alternators there, it all becomes easily accessible once you've got that off. It's just getting that off. It gives us a chance and a bit of room to swap the wiring harness and just perfect what's going on. I mean, obviously we had a bit of an oil leak out of there and out of here, and then it's gone down here and under there, but what harm it. Let's have a look at his valves. Ooh, fancy, nice and fresh. Anyway, let's swap the wiring. Now, a good bit of advice: plug the cylinders with a bag or something, because I guarantee you don't want something falling down, because when you realise you've got to take your engine out because something fell down your cylinder, you'll be sad. Alright, I'm back, disconnecting starter motor. Here we are. So in true fashion, I forgot one thing, and that was the signal wire from the alternator, which is just down there. It's a blue one. Anyway, this is ready to come out. That's it. There it is. That's out. Right, this is the situation. I have laid it out and it looks like a mess. I need to figure out what's going to go where. I do kind of know what's going on, but this is way too long. But I'd rather it be long than too short. A lot to sort out though. I just need to get my head around it and get it all plugged in. Right, I've just come across a bit of a problem. So I'm trying to get the OBD to sit inside and just clean the engine bay up. Now that is this big wire here, and it's got that plug on the end of it. Now that plug don't go through there. The end of the plug is too big, so we're going to have to deepin the plug, put it through the firewall, and then re-pin the plug. I've made a note in my notes of what wires go where, and I've taken pictures as well, so we're going to go deep in that, put it through the firewall, pin it back up. Well, the torch has died again, but I'm just cutting this fuel pipe up to make a sheath for that hole there, because all wiring's going to run through it, and it's sharp round edges. Bit of fuel hose, cut it in half, run it round edge, you know the deal. It's strong stuff, this. That's your finished product. Look at that. That'll protect it. So now if we look at this plug, we need to unlock it. So, oh, that's the wrong end. You unlock it at this end. Right, there it is, look. There we go, let's try this. So you get them in there like that, crush it, and you go to there, which unlocks the pins. How good's that? Right, I've used a screwdriver, and I've got one out. So we'll carry on with the same technique. Oh, yes. Got another one. You know. Jeez! Come on! There it is, it's free. Gotta get them wires through, and we can have an OBD port inside the car. Posh that. Right, well, I've got most of the wires through now. Here's the list. There's the pins. There's the plug. So let's get them joined back together. Right, as we can see, it's quite late now, so the GoPro's on 1%, I'm on 1%, I'm freezing, so we'll give this a break now. Just got that plug repinned, and we'll be back tomorrow to reset the rest of the harness and just get it all right, get it tucked and how we want it. Teleport to tomorrow. Right, so I'm just using a bit of YouTube. Oh, bollocks.